Captain's log, stardate 5509.2. The Antyllus has been ordered to explore the Hagbor sector, a region of space that is plagued with ion storms, making communications all but impossible with Starfleet Command. However, it is basically a mapping and surveying mission, so there will be some downtime as we slowly explore the area. You know, despite losing 11 times in a row, I do have a reputation for Krelpy in poker. Usually my opponents fear me. This is unbelievable. But today just might be my lucky day. Krelpa.
Antaya.
I've never seen such luck. You'll have to take my word for it. I'm usually a much better player than this.
I'm afraid I have the winning hand again, Captain.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. Choppa. Oh, man. I give up.
You played well, but I'm afraid you never stood a chance. It was a pleasure beating you again.
Looks like we're getting a call in. In this region of space, who can send a transmission through?
If anyone could do it, it would be Lieutenant Starling.
You're right, Starling is good. This must be important. They're trying to reach us out here. Let's see who it is. Admiral Mox.
Captain Allen, your reputation precedes you. Despite that, you are under my command now. And as sector commander, I expect all of my orders to be followed to the letter. Do we understand each other?
Of course, sir.
Excellent. Diplomatic relations between the Riora and the Nosk are at an impasse. Proceed to Sector J334 and aid them in finding a resolve. We cannot afford to have a war break out so close to Federation space.
Agreed. Have the Nosk or the Riora made any military threats at this point?
The information is incomplete. The Nosk are rather aggressive and short-tempered. The last time diplomacy broke down between these two, a 3-year war broke out. This must not happen again.
If both are willing to talk, maybe war can be avoided. I'll order us into the sector immediately.
It's all on you, Captain. No pressure. Admiral Mox out.
Starling, pipe the data packet down here, please. Well, Sharb, this should be easy. Just prevent a war. That's all. Hold our position here, Helm. Starling, let me know when the Riori contact us.
Yes, sir.
This doesn't bode well. The Riori are usually prompt with their appointments. Ah, here they are now. I guess I was worried for nothing. Starling, open the channel.
Yes, sir. On screen.
Greetings. I am Captain Holt Allen of the Starship Antyllus, representing the United Federation of Planets.
I am First Ambassador Dorville. of the Riori Confederacy.
A pleasure to meet you. I have been authorized to help you sort out your problems with the Nosk. We hope to solve any issues you might have.
We are aware of your orders, Captain. We have spoken with your Admiral Mox. However, we would be more comfortable with someone who can get the job done and is considered trustworthy by all sides.
And who would that be?
Why, your Threndret officer, Sharb.
This is most unusual. If I may ask, why this particular officer?
Time grows short, Captain. Your orders are to help us. You can do this by loaning us, Sharb.
Give me one moment to confer with him, Ambassador. Sharb, do you know this ambassador?
No, but I have dealt with the Riari in the past.
But this is politics we're talking about. And you're a being of science.
True, but we Threndrets are good at everything.
Be that as it may, I'm concerned. Something feels off.
Do not take it as a slight, Captain. The Riari are short-tempered and insecure. I'd be happy to do this, sir.
Tazrak, I want you to formulate a plan with Sharb in case things go south.
Consider it done.
Starling. My officer says he is up for the challenge. Let's discuss the details.
The only way to continue is to follow our instructions to the letter. Your officer must come alone and with no weapons. He will be allowed to communicate with you, but your starship cannot follow us. The location for the negotiations is secret. We will return your officer to you at this location in 3 days, whether we're successful or not.
This is unacceptable. My officer will have a guard for protection, and we want to know where the meeting will take place.
Any deviation from our conditions, and the deal is off. I'll be sure to mention to Admiral Mox how unhelpful you were, and I'm sure you'll have to deal with the consequences.
What assurance can you give me regarding the safety of my officer?
One cannot predict every outcome, but rest assured we will provide protection.
It's okay, Captain. I want to do this. I like a challenge.
I want it known for the record that I have serious reservations about this situation. Know that I hold you responsible for Sharb's safety. For your sake, Ambassador, nothing better happened to my officer.
You sound a lot like the Nosk. Don't worry. Everything will be taken care of. Have your officer beam over to us in 1 hour. Thank you, Captain, for your cooperation in this matter.
Politicians. How I loathe them, Sharb.
It'll be all right, Captain. I'll be fine. Looking forward to solving the problems of these two species.
Just don't start a war.
If you insist.
We should be at the rendezvous point in 2 hours present speed.
If you have any information which may aid me in my diplomatic duties, Darville, it would be most appreciated. I am aware of your conflicts with the Riori in general.
You already know all that you need to. We seem to be locked into a vicious cycle.
An old story for many races, sadly.
We all have stories, don't we, Sharb?
A truth regarding all living things, to be sure.
And beyond that are the faces we present. But does the face and the truth line up?
Not quite sure what your meaning is, Ambassador.
Civilization is founded on the exchange of information. We present ourselves to our fellow beings. Our character is judged thusly.
I suppose that is true. But what of it?
It's the dance that I'm referring to. We make our connections, telling lies, telling truths, judging who can help us, all in the end to benefit ourselves. But where is the love? Instead of power, it should be love that we gain.
Are you referring to companionship? Or love of a lifestyle? Or a hobby? Maybe philosophy?
I refer to an all-consuming love, one that ejects reason for the ultimate happiness. Doesn't everybody deserve that feeling? Especially when one experiences it?
We, friend rats, feel that way when we learn something in a complete manner. It is most gratifying.
And if you knew everything there ever was to learn?
That would be the ultimate love, yes.
If I told you that was possible, would it not interest you intensely?
Naturally, Ambassador. Have you experienced this love you describe?
I have. Forgive me. It still overwhelms me.
Interesting. I've never known anybody in that situation as you describe. Can you explain it to me in more detail? Or is that impertinent of me to ask?
I will tell, but you may not believe me in the end.
Tell your tale and we shall see.
There was a scientist named Varen Frost, and he asked me what I knew about spatial anomalies. Of course, he knew that was my specialty. I was to learn, too late, that he left nothing to chance. Soon after our initial meeting, Frost asked me to join his team. He was on the cutting edge of energy tunnels that could lead us to other dimensions. The research he showed me was very impressive.
Sounds intriguing. I take it you joined his team?
Yes, but as time went on, I began questioning the sanity of Varen Frost. His conclusions were becoming more and more emotion-based rather than scientific. His theories were falling into the realm of the fantastic.
There is a fine line between genius and madness, or so I've heard.
My instincts told me to get out while I could, yet there was enough there to keep me from leaving. I've always wanted to believe there was more than this one universe, and he was offering me a path to confirm this. Somewhere deep down inside myself, the need for answers became a love to be sought out. I can't prove it, but Frost altered my chemistry through food or drugs, I know not. But I became obsessed in finding out the nature of my love, the everything that existed outside our universe. He worked night and day on my mind, twisting my values and ultimately losing grip on reality. You must think me mad.
It sounds plausible, but let me hear the whole story before I pass judgment. Please, go on.
There was a lab where we performed the experiments. One day Frost called for me to join him there. He said there had been a breakthrough. I was the first to witness what he called the confirmation event. I can hardly put into words what happened next.
If you need a break, I can wait.
No, you must understand. Everything is off. I tremble at the realization of it. That day, I was having trouble focusing. I barely felt like myself. Frost led me to a chamber and explained that it would allow me to see the infinite multiverses. My mind protested the improbability of such a notion, but my body didn't feel like my own. Before I could gather my wits, the chamber was sealed, and I was surrounded with darkness. Then, the humming of energy started, and the fabric of this reality broke apart. The multiverse unveiled itself to me in all its glory. I had found my love at last. How much time had passed, I don't know. I lost myself and gained everything. It was all true. Our universe was just one in an infinite pattern. But I never wanted to leave. Perhaps I was pure energy at that point, or a true child of the unknowable.
Incredible. What happened next?
I was at peace. Then suddenly I was falling apart. Pieces of me were everywhere, breaking into smaller and smaller pieces, and I found myself terrified. I might have been screaming, but no sound was heard. Lights flashed, and I knew I was lost forever. The love had been replaced by hopelessness.
What an ordeal.
When I came to, I was back home. I didn't feel like myself, but I gathered my wits and returned to the Frost laboratory.
And what did you find?
Nothing. Frost and all the equipment were gone, as if they never existed. I never saw him again. In the following days, all my research into the work and the experiments were met with dead ends. All my contacts acted like I was crazy, and that Varen Frost was imaginary. Worst yet, I was losing who I was on a daily basis.
What do you mean?
Everything felt wrong. I was ill. As I looked around, I dreaded what each day would bring. My routines were carried out automatically, but my mind was racing with what-ifs. Soon, nothing seemed real, and a burning ache took me over.
Drug withdrawal, perhaps?
Beyond the physical, I knew that I left the real me out there in the multiverse, separated, free, and that only a hollow shell now remains.
And you feel this way right now?
Yes, and it must end. I have to get back to the multiverse and become one with the totality. I cannot take this longing and emptiness. It is a living hell.
But what can be done?
For starters, this.
Why did you shoot me?
Awake, finally? And to think, I stunned you at the lowest setting. Next time I might not be so charitable.
I'll keep that in mind.
I'm sure you will. I don't suppose you remember me.
Should I?
Well, in a perfect universe you would. Science conference 6 years ago. You presented formulas for energy vortexes, both real and theoretical. Very impressive. In a perfect universe, we wouldn't be in this position at all, correct?
There is only cause and effect in this universe. I do not believe in predestination of any kind.
I guess either way is pointless. We are here, nevertheless.
I suppose you have a grievance of some kind, unless you've been given orders to do this?
Grievance? Yes, you could say that.
If you tell me the nature of the problem, perhaps I could help. If you'll forgive an observation, I sense a profound sense of futility in you.
Focus on yourself in the next few hours. Whether you live or die depends on it. You cannot comprehend what it is to lose the flavor of life. I've grown to hate my very existence, to see what I've become. In me are the secrets of the universe. My blood, it burns. This thing where I can't change the situation. There it is, right in front of me, day after day, forcing me, reminding me that I don't count. I cannot change what is. You are jealous. He has found love and you cannot. All you know is frustration and want. You look and you covet. The knowledge that is your love stands there, head tilted upwards and kissed. Mocks you, dismisses you. You are irrelevant. It's not fair. I want to be part of that love, to give love, to feel value once more. It's too late. You are old and useless. The body is dying, the nerves rotting away. Nobody will miss you when you're gone. Nobody cares.
Daughter, I care. Listen to me. Maybe we can solve the problem. Let's call the Antyllus and see if we...
No. Just no. I know your skill set, Rendred. I shall provide the information known. You will fill in the rest. We will access the infinite truth, and freedom for all shall be obtained. Failure is death. Failure is your death. Isn't it beautiful? I could watch it forever.
I don't recognize this energy signature. It doesn't seem natural, but it's not stable.
It calls to me. It says, I want no part of you despite the happiness I could give you. You must understand. I need this to change. The anguish must go away, swept clean, to be happy once more.
Yes, of course. I'll help you.
Never mind your false platitudes. Just follow my instructions.
And what is it you want of me?
The energy swirl is the gateway, a path of truth. Being denied has led to my misery. The containment must end in order to be swept up in love, clarity, to make sense of things again. I need a new chance.
A new chance?
Not only for me, but everyone. All should be involved, united in love. No more pain. Souls free of anguish.
You want to expand that energy swirl, don't you?
It calls to me.
You want me to expand the swirl to make it even more powerful than it already is?
I want you to unlock its containment. It must be free to expand forever.
If that were to happen, both the Riori and the Nosk territories would be destroyed. Soon after, the entire sector would go, followed by an unstoppable consumption of all matter.
The consumption is devoutly wished. We would all become united in love. The pain would be burned away forever. To have the torment end. To finally rest.
Rest is good. Why don't you lie down and let me figure this out? It may take some time.
Do not think to fool me. I cannot hang on much longer. Listen to him. Yes, listen to me. Calculate the energy needed for the expansion. This ship is equipped with a Varen shock cannon. Enough technology to make this happen, provided we get the calculations right.
And if I refuse?
I will kill you. Fly back to your starship and release an antimatter explosion, killing all of your shipmates.
For a being who talks about love all the time, you are very destructive to all those around you.
Get going on those calculations. You have one ship cycle to impress me. You are serious about my request.
Oh, I take you very seriously, Mr. Dalville. I've fed the numbers into the computer, but I need more time to verify.
I will verify. You forget that I can recognize deception. For your sake, you had better be right. Bring the formulas up on the screen here.
Here they are. Is there nothing I can say to convince you not to go through with it?
No. Now be quiet.
There were many variables in making my...
What is this? This doesn't make sense. The power quotient is off, and the angular vectors.
Are quite accurate, I assure you.
You think me a fool? This is a trick. These numbers can't be right.
How would you know if you couldn't come up with the formulas in the first place?
Liar! I shall kill you! I shall! Quickly! Stop us now! I cannot control him for much longer! Now you die!
Sorry, my friend. friend. It was done out of love.
We have received your ship's logs and your secret visual recordings. We are all indebted to you, Lieutenant Sharb.
It's not every day one gets to save billions of lives. You are quite welcome.
We are trying to untangle the threads that Darville tied to the Riori and ourselves. Trust has been abused, and now we will do our best to repair the damage.
If you ever need a neutral diplomat, I offer my services, Ambassador.
We might take you up on the offer, Lieutenant Sharb.
Can you tell me what will become of Darville?
We will turn him over to our medical facility on the homeworld. His mind is obviously damaged and needs treatment.
There is a Vulcan medical team in Sector 315 that may be able to help in matters of the mind. If you run out of options, they should be considered as an alternative. If that time arrives, contact me and I'll help put in the request for you. I would really like to help Darville if possible. I harbor no ill will towards him.
Never underestimate a Threndrit. We will let you know regarding Darville. And now, our senses are picking up your Starship Antyllus approaching. We will now take our leave of you.
Farewell, Ambassador. Darville's problems began with the mysterious Veteran Frost. Do you know anything about him, Captain?
Can't say that I do, Sharb. Obviously, we must investigate further. Anyone who has access to that terrible power you described must be revealed. The temptation for abuse is too terrible to ignore.
I agree. Shall I see what I can dig up?
Go get him, Mr. Sharp.
Incoming message, Captain's eyes only.
Eric, I take it you have some news for me?
Holt, we don't have much time, so please listen to me very carefully.
Understood. Go on.
I've never seen anything like this. The Tanabra Starbase 247 files were just the beginning.
Now slow down. Are you telling me there's more to Natalie's accident than we've been told?
Forgive me, Holt. I have to be blunt. When Northam killed Natalie, there were consequences he couldn't have even thought of. I'm not sure where to begin. It's very complicated. I put everything on a special subspace hybrid packet that will be sent to you soon. But I need to tell you about it now, in case it doesn't get through.
What was the consequence you mentioned?
Natalie's shuttle was carrying a top-secret material ordered by a Dr. Yareb Zale.
Dr. Zell? I've known Yareb for years. What's he got to do with this situation?
He was conducting some sort of massive experiment. I don't have any information on that. And believe me, I tried. It's ultra secret. But Natalie was shipping supplies that he had ordered from the Genova base.
What's so important about these supplies?
I'm not sure. But whatever was on that shuttle when it exploded is a key reason why security's clamped down so tightly. If what we discovered gets out, we could be in real danger.
So we have an explosion of Natalie's shuttle caused by Northon. The supplies on board are destroyed, presumably. Are they irreplaceable or something? Is that the issue?
It's not that they're irreplaceable, Holt. It's what happened when the shuttle exploded.
Well, what the hell happened?
Whatever those materials on board were, they reacted to the energy releasing from the engines overloading. Space around the ship became not space. The analysis is classified, but the report stated something along the lines of an alternate reality, only for a fraction of time.
This is strange. But we are aware of other dimensions already. What makes this one so unique?
The Genova base had active scanners on at the time. They captured an explosion and discovered the anomaly. It's vague, and only referred to in a report. You'd have to ask Dr. Zell directly if you want the full explanation.
Very well. I might be able to arrange that. But Eric, what aren't you telling me?
I'm saying the energy reading showed something escaped in the shuttle explosion, passing into the rift. Alternate reality. Whatever you want to call it.
What was it that escaped?
Brace yourself, my friend. The readings indicated a human life signature. An exact match for Natalie.
What are you saying, Eric?
But Natalie, the love of your life, might have survived. Somehow. Somewhere.